playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Rochester Iron and Metal pregame show next, 92.1 WROI. Just this one, we're ready to roll.
Because they're critiquing us.
Back at Rochester High School, we are ready for the opening kick of round number 2, the high school football sectional. The Eastbrook Panthers, they won the toss, elected to defer, which means the Rochester offense will get the football first.
This is a big possession for Rochester. If they can put together a good drive, move the ball down the field, and even better yet, get points on the board, that's going to set a tone for this football game that works in their favor.
My guess is this team hasn't trailed much
You're right.
this year. I mean, we know the Mississinawa score. They were tied, and they lost at the buzzer.
Well, they say all the pressure is on the team that's expected to win.
Absolutely.
So I mean, if Rochester get their offense rolling early and can get points on the board first, that puts even more pressure on Eastbrook.
Gary Tarrant back deep, Hayden Prater and Justin Riston back to receive the kick from Eastbrook. Here we go, week number 2 of the sectional underway. End over end kick. Prater picks it up at the 5, at the 10, the 15, the 20. Prater right up the middle, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and brought down around the Rochester 30-yard line. A pretty good return of about 20 yards for Hayden Prater, and the Zebras started their 30.
Had a little seam opening up to his right. He went left and still managed to pick up an additional 10 yards after contact, and Prater gets it out to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, size-wise, I mean, they're not big. I wouldn't.
Yeah, we played several teams that were bigger.
Absolutely, yeah. Knox was much bigger.
Well, so was Valley.
Rochester sent Riston wide to the near side. 2 wing backs of Isaiah Jackson and Prater. Prater comes in motion to the near side. Here's a snap. Bryce Adler runs over a backer and takes the ball out to about the 34-yard line, so give him about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Zebras early in this contest.
Again, Bryce Abbott coming off a 9-carry, 180-yard, 4-touchdown performance last week.
Nick Allen brings a play in from the sideline. He'll go split left, which is the wide side. Nope, he'll go split right, which is the short side of the field. Prater is the flanker to the left side. I-backs now for Brady Perez. Wilson Dalton is tight right for the Zebras. 2nd and 6. Prater comes in motion to the near side. Here's the snap to Perez and hands off to Jackson. Isaiah Jackson stripped before he goes down, but stripped the football. and they recovered it. I'm not sure why they didn't let him advance it unless his knee was down, but it looked like the guy who had the ball, Mac, was standing straight up and down.
Yeah, absolutely. And unbelievable. I thought he was down, and he must have just called a clear fumble recovery and down.
I think Jackson fell on top of the pile, so he hadn't made contact with the ground yet, and Eastbrook stripped it away from him. I'm with Muss, though. If that's a strip, why isn't he allowed to advance?
Yeah.
Singer comes in motion. The Kirby gets the handoff up the middle for Eastbrook, and he takes it from the 35-yard line to the 31, giving 4 to be 2nd and 6. Eastbrook is a type of a team that does not huddle, and right now they are back on the football.
Yeah.
Hale looks up and down the line of scrimmage, and he's ready. Ducks under center on 2nd and 6. Singer comes in motion. Gives off to Kirby. Kirby off the left side. He too runs over a backer. Carries the ball to the Rochester 25.5-yard line. That'll be enough for about a 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Eastbrook, and they're back on the ball. Hale under center. Back to pass. Hale rolls right, looking to throw. Has a receiver in the flat. It is complete. And the completion comes to Kiesling, and he turns the corner and takes it upfield and is run out of bounds at around the Rochester 10-yard line. Make it 11.
Well, I've never seen Navy play on a Friday night, but this is their offense to a T.
1st and 10 for Eastbrook at the Rochester 11-yard line. Well, maybe the 11. We'll say the 11. Kirby gets it off the right side. Kirby takes it to the 11. It was about the 13-yard line where that play started, so give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second down and 8. Quickly, here's a play to Singer. Singer on the left side, deep into Rochester territory, being pushed inside the 5, looking for the end zone. He is down at the 1. Give him 10 yards. It'll be 1st down for Eastbrook at the Rochester 1-yard line. Quickly, Hale and the Panthers on the football. 1st and goal. Hale to Kirby off the right side. Kirby looking for the end zone. No signal yet. There it is. Zane Kirby, a 1-yard run after the fumble recovery by Eastbrook, and they're up 6-0.
And that didn't take long at all. Maybe a minute for Eastbrook after the Rochester fumble to go 35 yards to the end zone.
9:34 to play in the first quarter. Eastbrook up now 6-0, and the extra point coming for the Panthers. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is away. He kicks it against the school. It's good. It's 7-0 Eastbrook. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI, RTC TV4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
Eastbrook strikes first and in a hurry, Bradley.
Yeah, they do. 6 plays, 35 yards, and Kirby gets the 1-yard touchdown run for Eastbrook after the Rochester fumble.
Zane Schultz to kick. Schultz, high end over end kick. Prater going to take it at about the 11. Prater at the 20, the 25, looking for the edge, and is tripped up as they get to about the 28-yard line. So that's where Rochester will start this drive at their own 28. Trailing now 7-0 with 9.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Rochester will start this drive, ball in the near hash, which is the Rochester sideline going to our right. Winner of this game will get Rensselaer or Lewis Cass next week. Riston comes wide to the near side. Flanker to the right is Jackson. The left side is Prater. Lone back is Abbott. Prater comes in motion to the near side on the jet sweep. Gives to Prater, hands it off to Jackson. He loses it again. And right there, Singer to fall on it. 2 consecutive fumbles by the Zebras, and this one puts the Eastbrook Panthers in the red zone, inside the red zone.
The 18, 19-yard line of Rochester. And just like that, with about 2 minutes off the clock, Rochester's fumbled twice, and Eastbrook's looking to score their second touchdown.
1st and 10 for Eastbrook at the Rochester 19-yard line. Hale quickly on the football for the Panthers. Left wing back is Kiesling, the right one Singer. Changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Now ducks up under center. Kiesling goes in motion to the right. Hands off to Kirby off the middle. Kirby is tripped up.
About the 9.
By Hayden Prater at about the 9-yard line. Yep.
And we touched on this in the pregame, but
yeah, you can't turn the ball over.
Can't turn the ball over. Absolutely can't. But the execution this offense has, you know, timing and everything, they just know where everybody's at all times.
Yep. 1st and goal at the 9. Kirby again off the left side. Hit at the line of scrimmage by Zane Gilbreth. And then brought down by Walker and Abbott, I believe. It'll be a pickup of a couple. It'll be 2nd down at around the 8-yard line. Give him a yard for Kirby. Hale, the quarterback, under center. Singer on the jet sweep gets a carry to the near side. He's got blockers in front of him. Touchdown, Eastbrook.
Singer's in untouched from 8 yards out.
Justin Singer scored an 8-yard touchdown run, and now Eastbrook up 13-0.
You couldn't have drew up a worse start for the Eagles.
Right.
With, you know, I mean, just everything we said couldn't happen has happened.
Well, Rochester giving up an average of 13 points a game. They've given up 13 points in the first 3.5 minutes of this one.
8:45 to play in the first quarter. Extra point coming. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is away, and it is good. 14-0 Eastbrook. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This is Michelle Livinghouse, candidate for state representative. After 30 years of experience working with our vulnerable and older adults, I understand the need for policies that support a dignified quality of life for all Hoosiers. I will be your voice in the legislature, accessible and responsive to the people of District 17. Thank you for your vote. Election Day is November 6th.
.845 to play in the first quarter. Eastbrook back on the board.
Yeah, after another Rochester fumble, Eastbrook goes 19 yards in 3 plays. They've got 9 plays total in this football game, and they've got 14 points.
Nobody likes my chimes listening to that, Mac.
Yeah, I just got notification of the ding, ding, dings. Or
take it away. I'm tired of listening to it.
Yeah.
Well, it's you only heard it for 10, 11 games.
Yeah.
Kick again. Prater back, jump, catch at the 3, at the 10, the 15, at the 20. Prater's grabbed by the ball and brought down at around the 25-yard line, maybe the 24, so that's where this series will start.
Well, we've got to find a way now, regardless, is grind out a few plays, get a couple first downs, because the defense has zero confidence. They've had their back up against the wall immediately, and
well, I don't think the offense has got a lot of confidence yet.
It's got negative confidence.
They've got a total of 3 plays for 3 yards, and they're down 14-0.
Hayden Prater and Bryce Abbott in the backfield. Riston wide to the near side. Nick Allen split left. Ball on the short side of the field, which is the side. Perez under center. Hands off to Prater going left. Hayden Prater almost broke one and almost housed it, but he's stopped at about the 29-yard line. Give him close to 5. Give him 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line of the Rochester Zebras. Isaiah Jackson comes back in the game, and he'll replace Justin Riston. B.J. Barnes comes wide to the near side for the Zebras. Dalton is tight right. Wing back to the right side is Jackson. The left side is Prater. The lone back is Abbott. Brady Perez under center. Motion man is Jackson. On the end around is Prater. Prater to the near side. Stiff arm to the 30. Cuts it upfield to the 35. Side attack at the 40. Grab by the short. The shirt at the 50-yard line and is brought down at the Eastbrook 47. First down for the Zebras. That's exactly what we needed there.
24 yards for Hayden Prater. He was 1 man away from taking that to the end zone. He got pulled down from behind by the back of the jersey and knocked out of bounds.
And he's done this all year, but early on with him handling the ball and running the ball, it just feels like it's just a matter of time before he can break one.
Perez, Abbott off the right side. Bryce Abbott a big hole as he crosses the Eastbrook 45 down to around the 42. Give him 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And the big question now is, do the Zebras give the ball back to Jackson and get that? You got the bad vibes out. You do.
It's got to be a handoff, and he can't.
Yeah.
You know, we've already fumbled 2 pitch plays.
But you absolutely involve him.
Split backs for Brady Perez on 2nd and 5 from the Eastbrook 42. Brady gets the snap, gives to Prater again going left. The blockers in front of him. Prater turns the corner, has the first down, and loses the football. No signal yet.
Wow.
Eastbrook says they have it.
They do.
No signal yet. They do.
Yuck.
Hayden Prater fumbles the football. Rochester's turned it over on 3 consecutive series, and Eastbrook takes over.
Wow.
7:17 to play in the first quarter. Eastbrook up 14-0, and will take over after another Rochester turnover.
I'm speechless. I mean, this goes right back to Mechanical. Goes back to Northfield from last year.
1st and 10 for Eastbrook at their own 33. Hale under center. Singer comes in motion to the near side. On the option, Hale around the near side. Cuts it back inside. It's cut down as he crosses his own 35. Give him the 37-yard line. Give him the 38. That'll be a pickup of about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Singer in motion again. Kiesling around the right side, buried to the line of scrimmage by Gilbreth and by Walker. It'll be a pickup of maybe a yard. We'll give him 3rd and 3. 3rd and a long 3 now for Eastbrook at their own 39-yard line. 6.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Hale under center. Singer comes in motion to the near side. Just about got to Rochester to jump. Now comes up under center, or stands up, looks at the sideline, changes the play at the line of scrimmage. 12 on the play clock, plenty of time. Singer on the jet sweep, gets the ball coming this way, shakes the Plummer tackle, and then he is buried by Wilson Dalton at the 39-yard line. A pickup of really nothing. It'll be 4th down and long, and here comes the punting team.
Jerry Plummer made that play. He got him on the outside, kind of grabbed his jersey, slowed him up, caused him to kind of do a spin, and then the boys cleaned it up. But that's a huge stop there. I know we're down early, obviously, and big early, but you turn the ball over for the 3rd time. You cannot go down 3 scores. 2 scores is already a big mountain to climb, so good job for the Zebras.
Raining a little harder now here at Rochester. As a punting unit on for Eastbrook. Good snap, very little pressure. The right-footed kick is end over end. Takes an Eastbrook bounce over the head of Prater, inside the 20, inside the 10, and down to around the 5-yard line. In fact, giving the 4. Holy cow, that thing bounced at the 25, went up over Hayden Prater's head, and almost, Mac, it looked like it picked up speed.
Yeah, absolutely, and by not catching that, we lose about 20 to 24, 23 yards of field position. Our backs are now on the goal line. It just, every part of this game so far has gone against us, and so now, you know, offensively, you know, we're not there. Defensively, we're not stopping them, and then special teams, we're letting balls go.
That was a good series on the Rochester defense to force the punt, but that was a fantastic punt by Eastbrook.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at their 4. Prater comes in motion to the near side. The handoff goes to Jackson off the left side. Isaiah Jackson spins away from the point of contact, crosses the 5, and gets close to the 6 or 7. Give him 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Rochester. Clock rolls, 5:10 to play. First quarter, Eastbrook up 14-0.
And Eastbrook, it's not like they're stopping us for 1 or 2 yards of carry. I mean, we've got the holes. The offensive line's doing the work. We're just not holding on to the pigskin.
Barnes comes wide to the near side. Split left is Nick Allen. Split backs for Brady Perez. 12 on the play clock. Brady under center, takes the Zach Graham snap. Fakes the handoff, back to pass. Rolls to the left. Here comes the pressure. He's in the end zone. He's got to get out of there. He does. He tucks and runs. At the 10, the 14 is where he's cut down. Nice job by Brady Perez. He saw the pocket collapse, and he was just then running for his life, and he's gotten close to the 1st down. He's not going to get it. It's going to be...
They gave it to him.
Oh, they did get it. Okay. Give him 8 on the pickup. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rochester Zebras. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. Brady Perez just kind of ran for his life there.
That was very scary. It could have been an easy safety.
Nick Allen wide to the near side. Split the I-backs for Brady Perez, and Hayden Prater is stacked up in the backfield. He's going to lose at least a yard, maybe 2. You know, Val just told us that the nose tackle and the center was, what, 5'9", about 170, 5'10"?
Yeah.
So we're basically looking at a Matt Lees type of center and nose guard. So Rochester loses a yard. It's 2nd and 11, under 4 to play in the first quarter. Riston wide to the near side. 2 tight ends for Rochester. Eye backs for Brady Perez. 12 on the play clock on 2nd and 11. Perez takes the handoff, rolls left, throws left. He's got Dalton, is incomplete, and then picked up by Singer.
It dropped it.
Dropped it? Okay.
Yeah, he dropped it.
Wow.
Dalton turned after he caught it and knocked it out.
Right through Rochester's hands and right into the numbers of the defender.
Beautiful pass literally, hit him right in stride. And the wet ball probably went right through his gloves. But, could it have went directly any more to that defensive back? Holy moly.
Holy cow.
Rochester got lucky there.
3rd and 11 for the Zebras. Nick Allen split left, the wide side of the field. Riston wide to the near side, split backs for Brady Perez. Brady on 3rd and 11. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it around the near side. Brady at the 20. Shakes a tackle at the 22. Lowers his head at the 27 and is right out of bounds. That's going to be close to another first down. It is going to be enough for a first down.
And I've preached all year, and I'll say it again. I love him running the ball.
16 yards for Perez on the pickup.
Brady Perez takes the ball to the 28.
Yeah, unbelievable athlete, and 2 first downs to get the ball off the goal line, and we've got to just keep chunking away.
3.5 to play in the first quarter. Eastbrook leading 14-0. Riston in motion to the left side. Here's the handoff to Abbott. Shakes one tackler in the backfield and is met at the line of scrimmage, falls ahead for 1. I think that's the first time I've seen Justin Riston in motion this year.
And Eastbrook's not trying to hide anything. They're bringing 10 man in the box.
Yeah, beat us with the pass.
And they're saying throw the ball. Yeah. But there is no safety back. The only thing back is a guy in a striped shirt. Keeps adjusting his hat.
Riston is the flanker to the left side now. The flanker to the right is Prater. Perez under center. Riston comes in motion to the near side. He gets the handoff, then a reverse to Hayden Prater. And then Hayden Prater is stopped for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And that play could be huge, but Eastbrook is just so defensively schemed and sound and disciplined. The weak side, once they see the ball going to the strong side, they stay home.
The defensive ends have the same assignment no matter how many times you hand that ball off back and forth.
Correct.
Behind the center.
But it's easy to watch the ball and want to chase after.
You're right.
3rd and 9 for the Z's. Perez under center with 2 receivers. Abbott goes in motion to the left. A lateral pass goes behind the receiver and out of bounds.
Eastbrook had that well defended.
That goes out of bounds back at the 25. That was a lateral pass. Maybe even inside the 25. The spot right there is about the 23 or 4.
I feel like Eastbrook, they blew that up.
Give him the 23, Brad.
We're lucky he didn't catch it and take it to the house.
Fortunately, it skipped off the wet grass and went out of bounds. So Brady Perez on to kick. He stands at his 10. No pressure. Gets it off the side of his foot. Coming to the Rochester sideline. Takes a Rochester bounce into.
He's in bounds.
It almost tiptoes that sideline, doesn't it? Comes to rest at about the Eastbrook 40. Fellas, I'm not sure if you're seeing it. Justin Riston has been a motion man now 2 or 3 times in the wing. We haven't seen that all year. You got to wonder if there's something going on with Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. Obviously I know the 2 fumbles, but like you guys said, and I agree with, you've got to get your playmakers involved regardless. And not that Riston's not good, but Jackson, we've relied on him a lot this year. Yeah. We've got to get him going.
Hale at 1st and 10. Kiesling goes in motion. Back to pass is Hale. Has a receiver. It is incomplete. And Kirby was the intended receiver off his fingertips. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Eastbrook, who leads 14-0 with 2:07 to play in the first quarter.
And I noticed that Eastbrook's offense has kind of slowed down a little bit. It's not clicking along as quickly as it did those first 2 series.
Mechanical leads Valley.
Yeah, 6-0.
Hale on 2nd and 10. Singer in motion. I make that Kiesling in motion. Hale on the option. He'll take it himself. Now flip it out to Kiesling.
Wow.
Kiesling down the Eastbrook sideline. He turns on the afterburners. He's going to the house. A 60-yard option play ends up with Kiesling going to the end zone. And now Eastbrook up 20-0.
I've seen the option ran a lot, and typically that ball's pitched at the line of scrimmage. Rarely is it ever pitched 10 yards up the field, and then holy smokes does that kid have breakaway speed.
Yeah, he turned it on, didn't he?
And they ran that, like you said, about as well as you could run it. Hale held that ball and actually ran upfield about 10 yards, and it wasn't until the corner made a play on him that he pitched it.
The point after it is good. It's 21-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI, RTC TV4.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Eastbrook up 21-0, Brad.
2 plays, 60 yards. Kiesling on the 60-yard touchdown run. And let's put Mason Hale in there. Let's give him maybe 10 yards of that run. And perfect option play for Eastbrook. And, hey, does anybody remember what Coach Ken Hughes said in the pregame? If we don't play well and we make mistakes, we're going to be down 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And guess where we're at, fellas?
2 turnovers, 3 fumbles.
Three turnovers.
The last team I saw run an option that well won the state championship in 1993 in Class 1A.
North Miami.
That's right. Hey, a flag against Eastbrook. Offsides.
Just let the kicker kick it 5 extra yards. But seriously, I mean, you pitch it 10 yards up the field, and I know we spoke about this a little earlier, but you've got to know where that guy is. I mean, if you pitch it and he is not there 10 yards up the field, it's going the other way. And he expected it the entire time. He wasn't looking to block. He was looking and expecting the ball 10 yards up the field.
Well, that's
impressive.
That's a defensive end that either got crushed on the corner or was out of position. To have both the quarterback and the pitch man get around the corner, that's unheard of. I mean,
I'm not sure
if you defend that right, one or the other should be on his back by the time he hits the line of scrimmage.
Correct.
Yeah, and we have both of them running down the field side by side at 20 yards.
So here's the kick again. End over end kick. Prater from the 15. The 25 cuts it up the middle at the 40 and is brought down at the Rochester 41-yard line.
False start penalty probably netted the Zebras 10 extra yards. We've been getting tackled around the 30, but yeah, this is just this is Halloween time, so this is pretty frightening.
Well, we knew if we didn't play well, this game could get ugly. Get ugly in a hurry, and that's exactly where we're headed.
Brady Perez under center from his 41. Hands off to Abbott up the middle. Bryce Abbott lowers his head, falls across the 45. We actually give him to the 45. Pickup of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And we're still in the first quarter.
Second down and 6 for Rochester. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Eastbrook up 21-0. Barnes goes split left, wide side of the field. In the slot on the left side is Riston. Prater and Abbott in the I formation. Dalton is tight left. Brady under center. Pitches out to Hayden Prater. Dodges a Eastbrook tackler in the backfield. Cuts it upfield. Gets positive yardage. Boy, he could have been stopped for about a 5-yard loss.
Prater was lucky to get turned upfield. He had 2 Eastbrook defenders in the backfield.
Yeah. So that'll bring up 3rd down. And about 2 for the Rochester Zebras. Ball spotted at the Rochester 48-yard line. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Isaiah Jackson brings the play in from the sideline. Nick Allen comes in as well, and Brady Perez comes out.
What's up with that?
A little wildcat here.
So we're in the shotgun. This is going to be the wildcat.
Direct snap to
Prater. Prater off the right side. Eastbrook stands him up at the 40. Second effort might have got him to
looks like the 49.
The 49 of Eastbrook, and second effort got him the first down. It stacked him up in midfield, and the second push by Hayden Prater gets him to the Eastbrook 49 and the first down.
Normally, in normal football, the reason you do that is because you get an extra blocker on the field.
Yeah.
With that being said, I like Perez under center, handling the offense, and as a blocker, he's huge.
Rochester, they send 2 receivers to the left. I-backs for Brady Perez. Brady fakes the handoff, rolls to the near side. Here comes some pressure. Steps up, hits it, he's thrown it, is going to be picked off. Intercepted by Eastbrook. And Bryce Abbott tackles the returner. And so Eastbrook will take over outside their 35-yard line, and we're going to spot it at about the 37. So that's where Eastbrook will start this drive after another Rochester turnover.
4th turnover in this first quarter for Rochester.
And I don't know if it's possible to say this, but the wheels have fallen off the bus in the first quarter. Now that's 3 fumbles and a pick.
Well, almost the second pick.
Yeah.
Singer comes wide to the near side. 0.6 seconds to play in the first quarter. Eastbrook is up 21-0. Hale under center. Hale gives to Kirby off the left side. A huge hole for Kirby. He's off to the races. Kirby at the Rochester 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Zebras.
63 yards.
Has put up 27 points in the first quarter, and the extra point is coming.
Is this the Pioneer Panthers disguised as Eastbrook Panthers?
That would make a whole lot more sense, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Holy
What was that, Brandon?
63 yards for Zane Kirby. He now has 87 yards and 2 touchdowns, and we're still in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
The extra point coming. Snap is back, hold is down, and is blocked. Rochester blocks the extra point. After 1, Rochester trails Eastbrook 27-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI, RTC TV4.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
After 1, Eastbrook leads 27-0. 0.6 seconds left in the first quarter. They scored again.
Yeah, after Rochester's 4th turnover, this time an interception, it takes 1 play for Zane Kirby to go 63 yards to the end zone.
Riston this time takes it at the 7. Hands off to Prater going right. Prater at the 15. Trying like crazy. Get the 20. Turns corner. And then he gets a block. Prater to the sideline. Prater at midfield. At the Eastbrook 40. Ran out of bounds.
That may be the best play for Rochester all night.
Hayden Prater runs out of bounds inside the Eastbrook 45-yard line. And I think they're going to spot this at around the 43.
I don't know who laid the block out on the sidelines, but what a fantastic block. I mean, 2 yards either way there, you can be called for a block in the back. He got the corner and laid the guy out. Sprung Hayden Prater for 25 extra yards.
Perez under center. Perez takes a handoff. Rolls to the left.
He's got a lot of room.
Brady Perez is tripped up at the 40. Give him 4.
Only 1 man out there, and he got him.
Yeah, Riston
missed the block.
Riston missed a block, or that would have sprung him. But in Riston's defense, the DB, he just fantastic the way he moves around and never stops.
They're well coached and they execute very well. There's some athletes on that Eastbrook team.
2nd down and 7. Perez gives it Matt Lease. Matt Lease crosses the 40 and takes it to the Eastbrook 37. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Zebras at the Eastbrook 37-yard line. In case you're just joining us, you have missed a whole lot. It's 27, right? It's 27-0.
Active first quarter.
Yeah, if you're wearing white.
Yeah.
Handoff goes to Abbott going right, and he's going to be stopped shy of the first down. In fact, he might have already only gotten one. It'll be 4th down and about 3 for the Rochester Zebras. I don't know if they're going to move the sticks at all. It's going to be 4th and 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ball at the 37-yard line. On 4th down, Rochester will go for it. Perez takes a snap, fakes the handoff, he'll roll right and he'll take it. Sidesteps one tackler, and then he's down the Eastbrook sideline. Brady Perez shakes another tackler inside the 30-yard line, and he takes it to the Eastbrook 17, 18-yard line. Great play for Brady Perez. Good call by the Zebra coaches.
20 yards on the pickup for Brady Perez. On 4th and 4, he keeps the drive alive and gets him inside the red zone of Eastbrook.
They really haven't turned him loose this year, but it's there whenever you want it. He'll just an unbelievable athlete, Perez is.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at the 18. Jackson comes in motion to the near side on the end around on the counter. Good touchdown. Crater is in the end zone for a touchdown.
I think Crater goes untouched from 18 yards.
Hayden Prater scores on an 18-yard touchdown run with 10:07 to play. In the first half, the Zebras on the board is 27-6.
What I love most about that is it's easy to throw the towel in. You're getting your tail whooped. You're getting pushed around. You're losing it. You're throwing picks, but you don't give up. You don't ever give up, and I love that. What a good drive.
If we don't turn the ball over, this
absolutely.
This is a tie ball game
absolutely.
right
Wade Schaefer on to attempt the extra point. Snap is back, hold us down, and it gets blocked. 27-6, you're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI, RTC TV4.
Danny Says for Fulton County Superior Court Judge. Danny has served nearly 10 years as a Fulton County attorney. He is a veteran of the U.S. Army and the U.S. Army Reserve. He also served as a missionary in South Africa during the times of apartheid. Danny Says is no stranger to service. He offers perspective and experience few candidates can match. Learn more at saysforjudge.com. Vote Danny Says for Fulton County Superior Court Judge.
.07 to play in the first half. Zebras right on the board.
Yep, after a fantastic kick return by Hayden Prater, sets the Zebras up with good field position. Hayden Prater takes it in from 18 yards after 5 plays to give the Zebras their first score of the game, 27-6 in favor of Eastbrook.
So Schaefer will kick to the Eastbrook Panthers. Singer and Kiesling back deep. Look out. You talking about track stars. Here they are. Kick it out of bounds.
Who was it, Kingsley, that returned one last week for a touchdown?
Well, that's the one that just ran off 60 yards.
Yeah.
Singer.
Oh, he fell
down.
Yeah.
At the 5, maybe 4.
Fell down on the wet grass after he caught it.
And Schaefer booted that. I mean, that was a great kick. Drove it backwards. He had to field it going backwards, which is why he slipped and fell. So that's the better alternative to kicking it out.
That's exactly how he drew it up, I have a feeling.
Thing is, Rochester's going to have to do a better job than they did that last series, or Kingsley will just take it further to the house.
To get back in this game, we've got to force a turnover or two and get a couple.
We've got a turnover or
easy score.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for Eastbrook at their 4, leading 27-6. Hale to Kirby off the left side. And Kirby's
1 yard.
Stacked up right at the 5-yard line. Might have fallen ahead of the 6. Give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Line up in front of your guy and tell that man you're going to get him. You're going to whoop him. That's what you got to do across the board. Mano a mano. We got to get after him.
2nd and 8. Lamb on the tackle for the Zebras. Hale under center for Eastbrook.
Yes.
Singer stacked up again with a very short gain, if any.
Big third down here.
3rd and long for the Rochester. Make that for Eastbrook here, deep in their own territory.
Deep in their own territory.
Force a punt here. We're going to get the ball probably around the 40, maybe 45.
Matt Lease comes on to play a backer.
Let's go.
3rd down and 8.
Zebras jump.
And the Rochester Zebras jump off sides.
Man, the mental mistakes.
And that's going to bring up 3rd and about 3 now.
No reason for that. That's craziness. Have them 3rd and 8. Pen back now, 3rd and 3 is
A lot more manageable, isn't it?
And they're off the end zone. Instead of coming from your 6-yard line, it's the 11.
3rd and 3 for Eastbrook after the penalty. Hale on the keeper. Quarterback option, comes around the near side. He keeps. He's down the Rochester sideline. And Hale is finally tackled, but not until he gets to the Rochester 30. A touchdown saving tackle by Hayden Prater. Give him the 31.
20 yards on the option. That's about the position where he pitched it the last time where Keesley took it to the house. This time Hale keeps it. And again, no corner protection on that side as Rochester gives up the corner.
Hale under center quickly. Singer in motion to the left. Kirby goes left. Zane Kirby backs his way to the 35-yard line of Eastbrook. He picks up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. 27-6 Eastbrook with 8:40 to play in the first half. Lamb comes off the field a little gimpy, it looks like. Hale talks to Kirby behind him. 20 on the play clock, plenty of time. Changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Now up under center. Gives to Kirby off the right side. Kirby carries it to the 39-yard line. Give him 2. It'll be 3rd and about 4. Well, give him 3rd. It's going to be 3rd and about 3 there, isn't it?
Yep.
Eastbrook right around the ball. Quick snap. Kirby again. Drug down shy. Oh, boy, I don't know. That spot there.
Wow, that's a fantastic spot.
Spot. They're going to give it to him.
Give him 3 yards.
Officials get on the bus with him and come here. Holy moly.
He took about 2 steps, and he had 3 yards.
I did not feel that was a first down, not even close. Same line judge, though, that ruled fumble.
Singer goes in motion. The quarterback turns the corner, turns it upfield, and Wilson Dalton brings him down after about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
Singer was running with him the entire time. He didn't once try to go up and block. He was expecting a pitch. 6, 7 yards up the field, still expecting a pitch. So,
yeah, I mean, if Hale's arms had been free, he could have pitched that.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Kiesling goes to the right side, breaks the tackle, still carries it up the field. And Kiesling takes it inside the Rochester 45 to the 43. You know, I just took my headset right there off real quick to make sure I was seeing it right. But the new quarterback in the game is Bragg. And I guess from talking to Andy McCord, the Eastbrook play-by-play guy, he said that he and Hale are trading back and forth. Of course, when you're looking at it from a mile and a half away, 16 looks like 18 to me. Bragg under center. Singer in motion. On the option. Singer around the left side. Make that Bragg around the left side. He's got another big gain. And he is ran out of bounds inside the Rochester 30, inside the Rochester 25 to about the 24.
So it looks like the option is working really well right now for Eastbrook as Bragg picks up another 20 yards. And Rochester has yet to stop that option play.
6-foot junior is Bragg. He stays on the field. Kiesling comes in motion to the near side. On the option. Bragg keeps it. It is brought down for a loss by Zane Gilbreth.
That's the first time they've stopped that option play.
Watching the Eastbrook sideline, they have a huge tripod with so the number they're showing is 312-1715. Interesting way to call in plays, and they're reading that board. I don't know if that's to his wrist or what, but
Singer goes in motion, and then
Rochester jumps.
Tarrant jumps off sides. So that'll be 2nd down and about 6 as Plummer comes back on the field for the Rochester Zebras.
And that's truly uncalled for. There's no reason to be jumping off sides, and that's the second one on the drive.
Bragg quickly on the ball. Kiesling in motion to the near side. Gives it to the second man through Kiesling, and he houses it. Eddie Kiesling scores a 24-yard touchdown run, and now it is 33-6.
You will never beat a good team giving them extra downs, and shorter drives, turnovers. It's just a culmination of what we've seen over the last few weeks, and that's come to a head.
Yep.
6:15 to play in the second quarter. 33-6. The extra point coming. It's a good kick. and it goes through the uprights. 34-6, Eastbrook. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Yeah, 19-yard run by Kiesling and puts the Eastbrook Panthers up 34-6, like you said. So Rochester has done everything they can to set Eastbrook up in good field position, and they've taken advantage of every opportunity.
Terrence, Riston, and Prater back deep to receive the kick from Eastbrook. Again, 6:15 to play in the first half. The Panthers on top 34-6. We're going to get some scores from around the area. We don't have many, but we'll try to get some here in a minute.
I've got 1, 2.
Nice kick to Riston. And Riston bubbles it, picks it up, hands it off to Prater. Prater tries the right edge, outruns the defense to the edge. He's on the Eastbrook sideline. Prater at the 40, at the 45 in midfield, and is ran out of bounds in Eastbrook territory. Fantastic run back for Hayden Prater.
Prater sure has shown up tonight. The lone spark so far, running the ball and returning the ball.
That's his second really good return. The last time he set Rochester up in this kind of field position, they were able to get on the board.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at the Eastbrook 47-yard line. 6:04 to play in the first half. Rochester on the ball. Nick Allen wide to the near side. Riston split right, split backs for Brady Perez. Dalton is tight right for the Rochester Zebras. Brady hands off to Prater, going left. Hayden Prater lowers his head at the 45, pushes away across the 45 to about the 43-yard line. Good hard run for Hayden Prater. Give him 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Couple scores I do have. Triton leads Winnemac 14-7. Pioneer leads Carroll 24-0.
Brett?
Mechanical leads Valley 6-0.
2nd and 6 for Rochester. In the shotgun now is Perez with Hayden Prater to his right. On the option, Brady Perez takes it right. He's going to keep. He's at the stick line again. He's got a first down. Takes it upfield a little further. Inside the Eastbrook 25, down to around, make that 35, down to around the 32.
Southwood 14-0 over, do you know who they're playing?
Adams Central?
Yeah, they're up 14-0.
Oh, Fremont. Okay, Adams Central next week, Val. Oh, okay. Busco and Adams Central playing right now in the semifinals. 1st and 10 for the Z's at the Eastbrook 32. Jackson comes in motion to the near side. On the end around, Prater is buried at the 35. So Prater came from his left wingback position as Brady Perez goes left, hands it off to Prater, who goes right, and he loses 2 yards, 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 13. Five minutes to play in the first half. Eastbrook leading 34-6. Max Munchie's coming up at halftime. He will consume the entire halftime.
Oh, boy.
Jackson dots the I for Brady Perez on 2nd and 13. Fakes the handoff, rolls to the left. Here's a screen, gives to Jackson. Jackson looking for the edge at the 40, and he's going to lose yards. He's going to be brought down at about the 36-yard line.
And Rochester's lucky they didn't get a holding on that.
So another loss of yardage there for the Rochester Zebras. It'll make it 3rd and 14. 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. Eastbrook leading 34-6. 3rd and 14 at the Eastbrook 36-yard line. Riston split right, the wide side of the field. Nick Allen wide to the left side, split backs for Brady Perez. He's going to keep going around the right side. He shakes one tackler on the Eastbrook sideline. Cuts it back close the grain, keeps his footing, still fighting for yards. I believe he gets the 4 yards we lost back. And, of course, that spot right there puts him right at the sticks. I think no, get him 3, Brad. It will be 4th and 11.
For the people reaching out to me on my phone asking what is going on that haven't followed, just turn on a scary movie. Yeah, I don't need to recap, but
3:43 to play in the first half. Boy, we can't get to halftime quick enough, can we?
Perez there, no, but Perez there looked weird. It looked like his knees buckled or something happened, but thankfully he's okay. But
Coach Kelly going to use a timeout. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
To play in the first half. The Eastbrook Panthers lead the Rochester Zebras here at Rochester High School 34-6. Winner of this game will get Rensselaer and Lewis Cass next week for a sectional championship opportunity. Rain continues to fall here at Rochester. Kyle McLaughlin, Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. After the Rochester timeout, it'll be 4th down and 11 for the Zebras at their own 33-yard line. They're in Eastbrook territory, at the Eastbrook 33-yard line. Nick Allen will be wide to the left side. Flanker to the left is Prater. Split backs of Lease and Jackson in the backfield behind Brady Perez. Prater goes in motion to the right side. Perez, 3-step, 4-step drop, looks left, throws left, got a receiver. Jackson in the defense. Jackson catches it. First down, Zebras.
Perez lofts one down the field. Jackson right there to catch it, and puts the Zebras first and goal at the 6.
Jackson slipped out. Was he a split in there? Slipped out.
No, he's a flanker, I think. That time. No, he was the tailback that time.
Slipped out of the backfield and got him on a linebacker. And
17 yards on the pickup.
First and goal from the 7. Abbott, right side. Bryce Abbott going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Not a lot there for Bryce Abbott. With 3 minutes to play in the first half, the Zebras desperately needing to score here. It's 34-6. Well, you just don't want to leave too much time. And, yeah, you're asking me what too much time is. 0.6 is too much time at this point. You don't want them to get the ball back before halftime because they get it first. Perez under center on the second and goal from the 7. The reverse goes to Jackson. He's got the edge. Jackson looking for the power line. Cuts it back inside. Touchdown, Zebras.
Isaiah Jackson gets it in the end zone for Rochester.
Go for 2.
Isaiah Jackson from 7 yards out. With 2:36 to play in the first half to make it 34-12, and Rochester will go for the 2-point conversion.
And it's a monumental task, no doubt. You can't trade scores, but Rochester's defense has got to buckle down. We can't allow anything more.
Brady Perez ready for the 2-point conversion. Jackson is in the slot to the right side. I've never seen this formation. This ought to be interesting.
Perez is a tight end.
Run it was Perez.
Jackson comes in motion. Reverse to Prater. He's going to throw it back to the end zone to Perez. It was broken up for no good. The 2-point conversion fails as that play went to Jackson, who pitched it to Prater, who was looking for Perez in the end zone. Is he down?
He's down.
Brady Perez is still down.
The play was the Philly special. If you remember last year's Super Bowl, that's it right there.
Everybody's running it.
That's the Zebra special. It worked, and the defender just knocked the ball out. Hopefully Perez is okay.
We're going to take an injury timeout. The Zebras have cut into the lead a little bit. Eastbrook leading 34-12. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
.236 to play in the first half. The Zebras on the board, and Brady Perez walking off under his own power.
Yeah, 8 plays, 47 yards again. Scoring drive for Rochester set up after a Hayden Prater kick return. This one was a 17-yard pass from Perez to Jackson for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion was no good. Perez injured on the play, but he has since walked off under his own power. Doesn't even really seem to be limping, maybe just a little bit, but not terribly.
Kiesling back deep for Eastbrook. Nice kick, and it's going to be a touchback. Good kick by Wade Schaefer. Ezekiel Binkard also back there. Suppose he goes by Zeke, huh? It's all right, fellas. I'll talk to myself.
That's all right. I can't answer that question. I don't know.
2:36 to play in the first half.
Well,
it'll be first down for Eastbrook after the touchback at the 20. Yeah?
The double whammy can't happen. You can't let them score before halftime and get the ball after halftime. I mean,
Right, you're right. Yeah.
You got to have some momentum going to halftime. Find a way to force the punter to come out.
Bragg takes it, goes left, and he is going to be tackled right around the right around the line of scrimmage. Not a lot there for Bragg.
And that's the first time all night I've noticed the Zebras have a guy go with the pitch man and did not get sucked to the quarterback. He stayed with the pitch man. Assignment defense.
Exactly. I was just going to say that's generally assignment defense.
Second down and 10 after a no yards gain there by Bragg, the quarterback. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Bragg under center. Singer in motion to the near side. Kirby gets it right up the middle. Kirby grabbed by the shirt tail and tackled at his own 36. He almost took it.
I'm calling him beast mode, man. He runs like, I mean, he is just a freight train.
16 yards on the pickup for Kirby. He's got 114 in this first half.
Another Zebra down. Another Hayden Prater down. Christina Hughes, the athletic trainer, going out to look at him. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com.
Well, as soon as we broke for a commercial, Hayden Prater jumped up and sprinted off the field, so we missed a play when we were away. There was a flag in the play that Bragg, the quarterback, is going to be a face mask against the Rochester Zebras.
Wow.
The 5-yard variety type, but you could tell that was going to be against Tyler Walker because he's trying to plead his case over there, and to no avail. It's going to be first down for Eastbrook at their own 48.
Walker was getting mugged.
I thought he got held.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he got blocked in the back, so that's and they threw the flag right in that area. So
I'll be the first to say these striped official guys are subpar.
Bragg fakes the handoff, back to pass. Here comes the pressure, steps up in the pressure, runs away from Lamb, runs away from Plummer. There's a first down. He's into Rochester territory and brought down near the Rochester 30-yard line, but there's a flag on the play.
And they're not even marking the ball, so it's coming back.
Seems to be a makeup call, but
blocking the, or holding or blocking the back.
Call block in the back.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, that flag was thrown at the 42.
So that'll be a 10
So
yard.
it should be 1st and 26.
Yeah, that'll be 10 yards from the flag.
A minute 34 to play in the first half. Eastbrook leading 34-12. And that ball is going to be at the 32-yard line, so it'll bring up about 1st and 26 now for Eastbrook at the 32. 94 seconds to play in the first half. Bragg still in there. He's taking a lot of the snaps in this first half. I know we were saying Hale, but I believe it was Bragg, 16 the whole time. Kiesling in motion to the near side. Hands off to Singer. Singer on the reverse. Shakes off a tackle.
He's got a lot of grass.
He's got a lot of real estate. And he gets 16 yards. He gets the penalty yards back, and will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that boy's got a gear we haven't seen this year. That is top speed.
I believe Plummer was there to stop him, as was Zane Gilbreth. Wow. A minute 24 to play in the first half.
I don't even run that fast at Ponderosa. I'm telling you, that's fast.
Man, that is fast. You're right. Bragg under center. Bragg back to pass. 3-step drop. He's got plenty of time. He's got a receiver behind the defense. And Prater picks it off. Hayden Prater picks off the Bragg pass. It'll be 1st down for Rochester at the 25-yard line. Put it in the end zone. We got 2 timeouts.
2-point conversion and a touchdown before halftime. It's a 2-score game, but
That's Eastbrook's first turnover.
hey, let's go.
Come on, he fell down to the 20-yard
Oh,
line
yeah,
and slid to the 23, and that's where they're marking it.
Yeah, they're subpar crew, I'll tell you that. I don't know what they're watching, but Perez did run back in. He is back at quarterback.
Rochester scored on their last 2 possessions, which would be great if they hadn't turned it over 4 times in their first 5.
Yeah, minute 18 to play in the first half. Rochester down 34-12. They've got 2 timeouts. Perez back to pass. Here comes some pressure. Perez looking to run away from Kirby. He does so. He tucks and runs. Perez then brought down at the 30-yard line.
That'll tell you what kind of athlete Perez is. Kirby, obviously, we know from running the ball.
He's a stud.
He's a stud. Perez got to the corner and outran him.
3rd and 3. I'll make that 2nd and 3 at the 30. Under a minute to play. 3-step drop for Perez. Throws to the near side. Prater.
No, did not.
He had it, but does not get his feet in.
Did not have
And Coach Hooker
got
ran over. He's looking at Prater saying, palms to the sky, that's all you got? That's all hard you're going to hit me? 3rd and 3, clock stop, 51.7 to play in the first half. Week that was coming up, not a lot there. Cross-country teams ran well last week. Good luck to Mallory Hyatt next tomorrow in the state in Terre Haute. Perez back to pass. Looks to the near side, pumps, throws down the Rochester sideline, and out throws the receiver, Allen, and it'll be 4th and 3. Oh boy, what do you do here? Oh boy, 45 seconds to play in the first half.
I would say you run about a 10-yard route towards the sideline and try and hit him before he goes out of bounds.
You got to punt this. No way, yeah, you got to punt this.
Well, 3 yards to pick up a first down.
At your own 30?
Yeah, but I still think you can run a 3-yard, 5 to 10-yard pass play to the sideline.
Perez will punt. Gets it away. It lost to the Eastbrook sideline. It takes a Rochester bounce, and it looked like Eastbrook. Oh, Eastbrook did touch it, but it goes out of bounds on the Eastbrook sideline, so the Panthers will keep possession. Kiesling was trying to make something out of nothing. I think it hit his shoulder pad or his sleeve, and Rochester just about there on it, but the field not wide enough, and it goes out of bounds. 1st and 10 for Eastbrook with 36.6 to play in the first half. Panthers up 34-12. Bragg is your quarterback. Baker is your left wing back, and they're just going to take a snap and down it. At halftime, Eastbrook leads Rochester 34-12. First half stats in the week that was coming up next. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchTVEverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV Everywhere, another great service from RTC.
This is Michelle Livinghouse, candidate for state representative. After 30 years of experience working with our vulnerable and older adults, I understand the need for policies that support a dignified quality of life for all Hoosiers. I will be your voice in the legislature, accessible and responsive to the people of District 17. Thank you for your vote. Election Day is November 6th.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
First half, Eddie Kiesling of Eastbrook scored on a 19-yard touchdown run. The kick was good. It was 34-6. And then Rochester scored with 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Isaiah Jackson from 7 yards out. Two-point conversion failed. And that's where we stand now at halftime at 34-12. Brad, you have first half numbers?
Yeah, for Eastbrook. Hale with 22 carries for 27. Kirby, 12 carries for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. Singer, 6 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. Kiesling, 4 carries for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bragg, 4 carries for 29 yards. The Eastbrook with 293 rushing yards in the first half. 293 rushing yards in the first half.
Unbelievable.
Hale, 1 of 2 for 14 yards. Bragg, 0 for 2 with an interception. And Kiesling with the 14-yard reception. 307 first half yardage for Eastbrook. Rochester, Perez, 8 carries for 62 yards. Prater, 9 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown. Bryce Abbott, 6 carries for 13 yards. Isaiah Jackson, 2 carries for 9 yards and a touchdown. Perez, the Zebras with 140 rushing yards in the first half. Perez is 2 of 6 for 16 yards and an interception. Isaiah Jackson with both of those receptions. For Rochester, 156 total yards of offense in the first half and 4 turnovers, 3 of which led to Eastbrook scores.
So it's 34-12. Rochester trailing here, Eastbrook at halftime. We're going to take a break. Come back with the week that was in Rochester Athletics. That's next. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Hey, no matter how bad it is, remember.
Back to Rochester High School, we're at halftime where the Zebras trail Eastbrook 34-12. Time now for the week that was in Rochester athletics. We go back to last Saturday where the girls and the guys competed in the New Prairie cross-country semi-state. Rochester Lady Zebras finished 15th out of 20 on Saturday. Mallory Hyatt qualified for state by finishing 14th overall in a time of 19 minutes 13 seconds. Madeline Calloway was 24th. Lexi Kelly was 80th. Elena Bodie was 124th. Evelyn Goodman was 125th, and Charlie Pocock is 132nd. So congratulations to Mallory Hyatt. She will run tomorrow in Terre Haute. She will start at around 1 p.m. down there, and I guess that facility down there, according to Greg Marks, is phenomenal. In the guys' meet, Rochester finished 20th last weekend. Eli Seward was 48th overall in a time of 17 minutes 24 seconds. Coney Dennis was 99th. Liam Rangel was 109th. Peyton Hyatt was 112th. Diego Ochoa was 129th. Abram Firo was 131, and Dylan Steininger was 132nd. So congratulations to all the sports teams. You know, Mac, we appreciate all the coaches giving us scores all year long. I thanked all those coaches, I believe, last week, and it's fun to read the kids' names off and get as much recognition for those kids as we can get, and that is basically going to come to an end now. I know hopefully next Saturday, I believe, we're probably going to do some basketball on WROI, so we'll hopefully get an update on Mallory Hyatt's venture for a state championship.
Absolutely, yeah. I get the pleasure of being neighbors with the Hyatts. I know what that girl puts into. She's not going to state by accident. The girl works her tail off. She is out running all the time. All type of weather, rain, snow, it doesn't matter. That girl is running. And yeah, as far as all the athletes go, the way it works out, we get to come out every Friday night, call a football game, say these kids' names over and over. These other sports don't necessarily get on the radio as their games live, but the coach is feeding you the stats, feeding you the names of all these kids so we can get their names out so people in our community can hear about all the sports going on, and that's huge.
I'll brag a little bit here. Kennedy opened her college season last week at Owens College in Toledo, Ohio. She went for 8-5 in the first game and 20-16 with 3 blocks in the second game. And I'm the type of person that will find fault in a lot of things. She was 10 of 12 from the free throw line in that game, and I had nothing hardly even to say bad about that, Mac.
No,
can you believe it?
No, I can't. I honestly can't. But a 2016 burger is a big deal. I mean, that's a big game, and you're talking about a freshman, playing at the collegiate level. I have no doubt. I know the girl very well. I know the big pain in the butt that her dad is very well, but I would expect her to do nothing but succeed. And unfortunately, you're getting into the season now where I don't think you're going to be home.
You're exactly right. If I'm not calling high school games for WROI, it'll be we're hitting the road and going to watch a lot of college basketball.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. In fact, we're gone tomorrow. She plays Indiana Tech tomorrow up at Glen Oaks at around 1 o'clock.
That's awesome. No, and I expected her to do this, and all season long I'm probably going to be hearing about these monster double-double games. And how awesome is it that she gets to make an impact right away? Because most of the times when you move up to that next level, especially when you're recruited or at a level where you can be recruited, you don't get to do that. And for her to be able to do that, great. Good job for her part for putting the work in. And I'm glad that she's able to help her team.
We're at halftime. We're going to take a break. Come back with the start of the third quarter after this, where Eastbrook leads 34-12. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Connequan knocks. They're getting beat. 14-10. Oh.
Back at Rochester High School, getting ready to go to the third quarter, but before we do, and I don't know how I did it. I mean, we've been doing this for 11 weeks for crying out loud. We almost missed Max Munchies.
Yeah, we won't forget that, but I hope this isn't the final week of it, but man, I've enjoyed. I've eaten myself around the region for the last few months. I got to still give Mr. Randall props over at Tippecanoe Valley.
Sure.
He is by far the big winner this year for what he fed us. But tonight, Max Munchies consist of the good old Subway platter with all the fixings. I've made at least 3 trips there tonight. The roast beef, the turkey, the ham. I've done a little bit of everything, dabbed a little here.
Jalapeno on there.
You need to go with us to Manchester.
I've been there. Yeah, I went last year with you guys.
You go to the basketball game?
The basketball game, and it was good.
I don't know why.
It was good.
I'm surprised you came out of the library.
Well, yeah, correct. Yes, I was.
They've even got closed captioning TV in there.
Oh, yeah.
If they did, we would never leave the library.
Well, they don't have audio. That's our problem.
But I will say tonight, the one disappointment is the Subway cookie didn't make its way over here. Only the sub did. I'm a big fan of the Subway
those
cookie.
Are good cookies.
Yes, they are. But
tomorrow, real quick.
Oh, tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow for everyone listening. The Rochester Youth League, we are resodding the infield area.
I thought Muss did that. He was on the paper.
Well, I removed the sod. And I wasn't doing anything. I saw her come up with the camera.
I saw
and I said, yes, I tripped. And it looked like I
thought you were looking for your phone or something.
That's probably what I was doing. It looked like I was working, but I really wasn't.
He posed. But we need community support. We have completely redone that field. The outfield's planted. The infield
looks really good.
Infield has new Hoosier mix on instead of the Limag, and we're resodding the infield tomorrow. If you want to help, we would love
needed.
The volunteers. Kids, if you're listening and need volunteer hours, this is a perfect volunteer job, and again, we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, I think that like the National Honor Society or the Junior National Honor Society, they need community service
there you go.
Hours. This would be a good way to get that.
Absolutely.
And more than likely, if you're in middle school, the chances of you playing on that field is probably great. So
you're not going to make them wear an orange vest or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Okay. We're going to the third quarter here at Rochester. Eastbrook up 34-20. Wade Schaefer on to ready to kick it off. Singer back. End over end kick. Singer going to take it at the 10. Singer goes to the middle of the field at the 15. Now the Eastbrook sideline. Shakes a tackler at the 25. At the 35, and is tackled at the 36-yard line. Nice return by Singer of about 25, 26 yards. And it'll be first down for Eastbrook from there.
Some other halftime scores real quick. Rensselaer and Cass are at 0. McConaughey leads Tippecanoe Valley 9-0. Southwood over Fremont 28-0. Pioneer over Carroll 62-0. Mishawaka leads Knox 7-6.
You know, Val said that Valley had 35 total yards in the first half.
Yeah.
Bragg tackled at about the 39-yard line by Zane Gilbreth, adding to his tackle. Giving him 3, it'll be 2nd and 7. Adding to his tackles, I should say, for the year. Well over 115 on the season. Bragg still your junior quarterback under center. On the man through Kiesling, and backs his way across the Eastbrook 45-yard line to the 46. And they're going to be just shy of a first down, 3rd and 1, and quickly Bragg and company on the football. Here's a snap. Kirby off the right side. He's got a first down as he's tripped up in midfield and falls to the Rochester 49.
Tyler Walker with the stop for Rochester.
And Eastbrook's not going to be happy with just what they have. They are 9-1 and scored 45 points a game for a reason.
Well, look, you're preparing for a really, really good opponent.
Yep.
In either Rensselaer or Cass. Bragg dragged down from behind.
And that'll tell you the kind of athlete Wilson Dalton is.
Yep.
I mean, he chased him down from the defensive end spot.
Eastbrook player down on the field.
So it's going to push him back, I believe, a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. There is a Panther on the field being attended to by their athletic trainer. Now looking at his right knee. So let's take a quick 30-second timeout. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check,
Back at Rochester High School, the injured young man walks off the field on his own. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Eastbrook at the Rochester 49. Singer in motion to the left. Kirby right up the middle. Kirby, the workhorse for Eastbrook, is tackled around the 42-yard line of the Rochester Zebras. So they'll bring up 3rd down and 3 as Zach Graham back on the field, and Graham comes off. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Eastbrook up 34-12, and looking at 3rd and 3. Singer on the end around left side. He's got a 1st down, and Singer stopped shy of the Rochester 35, giving him the 36. It'll be a Zebra 1st down after a 6-yard gain. High school girls basketball next Saturday as the Rochester Lady Zebras will battle West Central. We'll have that game here on WROI. I believe that's a 1:30 tip.
Oh, okay.
12:30 JV. Bragg gets up hopping a little bit. He's brought down to no gain. That's an 11 o'clock JV and 12:30 varsity tip. So our pregame will start at around 12:15 here on WROI. Brad and I think. I know I'll be there. I'm not sure he's coming with me. 2nd and 10. Kirby again up the middle. Kirby crosses the Rochester 35 to about the 33-yard line. Giving 4. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 for Eastbrook. Now, now they're kind of methodical. Now the first couple plays in this half, it was bang, 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 and now they've kind of slowed down a little bit and letting the clock roll. And
now they're grinding.
Yeah.
Yep.
34-12. Eastbrook leads. 8:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 6 right now for Eastbrook at the Rochester 33. Singer gets the carry over the left side. He's stuck, and he's going to be dropped for a short gain. Gilbert was there. Also, Zach Graham was there, and Tyler Walker for the Zebras. It'll be 4th and 5 for Eastbrook, and they'll go for it. They're at the Rochester 31-yard line. I can't remember the last time we saw Hale, the starting quarterback. It's been all Bragg this most of this game.
Yep.
4th and 5. Bragg back to pass. Rolls right. Got a receiver. It is complete to Singer, as Singer is tackled out of bounds at the Rochester 16-yard line. We had really good coverage that time, and Bragg put it right on a dime.
Unbelievable throw. He flooded 3 receivers to the same area. He had a shallow, a medium, and a long. He hit the medium guy and hit him right on the money.
1st and 10 for Eastbrook at the Rochester 16. Ball in the near hash, which is the Rochester sideline. Eastbrook going to our right. Kiesling gets the carry off the right side, and Kiesling falls ahead to the 6. It'll be close to another Eastbrook 1st down. That's the give him 10. That's the same play that Kiesling scored on from 18 yards out. Rochester stopped him for a 10-yard gain, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6. 7:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. 34-12 Eastbrook, and the Panthers on the football. Singer in motion to the left. Kirby gets the ball going left, looking to get into the end zone, and he does so on a 6-yard gain.
Kirby gets in, backs his way into the end zone from 6 yards out for his 3rd score of the night.
Zane Kirby in the end zone again for the Zebras. I'm sorry, for Eastbrook. It's now 40-12. And the extra point coming for the Panthers with 7.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Kick is away, and it is good. 41-12, Eastbrook. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Danny Says for Fulton County Superior Court Judge. Danny has served nearly 10 years as a Fulton County attorney. He is a veteran of the U.S. Army and the U.S. Army Reserve. He also served as a missionary in South Africa during the times of apartheid. Danny Says is no stranger to service. He offers perspective and experience few candidates can match. Learn more at saysforjudge.com. Vote Danny Says for Fulton County Superior Court Judge.
Zane Kirby again finds the end zone for the Eastbrook Panthers.
Yep, Eastbrook opens up the 3rd quarter with a 12-play, 64-yard drive that ends up with Kirby 6 yards into the end zone.
Tarrant, Prater, and Riston, right to left, awaiting the kick from Eastbrook, who now leads 41-12 with 7:34 to play in the 3rd quarter. We have not got an update yet on the Rensselaer cast score, have we?
No, it was zeros last I heard.
And it might still stay that way for a while.
Could be, yeah.
Prater on the run takes a kick at the 14. Prater stood up at the 30, and he's going to be brought down right there at the 30-yard line, so that's where Rochester will start this series, trailing 41-12. Actually, not even going to give him the 30, give him the 29-yard line. Brady Perez comes back on the field. Thank you, Val. 0-0.
They just played, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I mean, they probably, both teams know, everything about the other squad.
Jackson and Abbott in the I formation. 2 tight ends for the Zebras. Prater comes in motion to the near side. Jackson gets a carry going right, cuts it back to the middle, loses his hand for keep his balance, and he brings it ahead to a 35-yard line. Give him 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Nice run by Isaiah Jackson. 3rd, make that 2nd and 4 for the Zebras at their 35-yard line. Ball on the far hash, which is the Eastbrook sideline. Zebras break the huddle. They'll send Allen wide to the right side. And the flanker to the left side is Prater. Flanker right is Jackson. The lone back is make that Abbott. Brady Perez under center. Hands off to Jackson. Coming to the near side. He's going to be swallowed up for a loss. Isaiah Jackson is tackled back close to the 31-yard line, maybe even the 32. Yeah, give him the 32. It'll be a loss of 3.
Eastbrook had 3 defenders push their way into the backfield, and they were right there when Jackson got the handoff. There wasn't anywhere for him to go.
Matt Lease brings a play in from the sideline. Bryce Abbott comes out. Brad Thomas, Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Prater goes wide to the right side. Lease and Jackson in the I formation. Dalton is tight right for the Zebras, and now we're going to have a penalty on Eastbrook. Rochester's running around trying to get set, and I think Eastbrook's going to be whistled for the offsides.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
Okay. So now it's going to be 3rd and about, what, 2?
Yep. 38. 37.
2nd and 2, or make that 3rd and 2 for the Zebras. They're quickly on the ball. Allen wide to the near side. Prater split right. Split backs for Perez. Brady will keep. Stiffs arms of the tackler. Turns the corner, has a 1st down. And is tackled as he crosses the 45-yard line, giving him close to the 47.
Wow. 10-yard gain for Perez.
You talking about a burst of speed right there from Brady Perez. First he had to shake off a tackler who had his sleeve in the backfield, and then took it ahead for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 for Rochester at their own 47.
Defensive end for Eastbrook doing a great job keeping his outside shoulder clear so he could stop that kind of a run, and Perez doing a great job of giving him a stiff arm to get around.
Brady fakes the handoff, rolls to the near side, throws it down the near sideline. He's got Allen behind the defense. It's incomplete.
Right through the hands of Nick Allen.
I don't think we've said it yet tonight. I like the sportsmanship here by both teams. Both teams helping each other up off the ground. That time, I think Singer getting a little pat on the butt to Nick Allen. Hey, good try.
Yeah,
I like it.
Allen had a couple of steps on the defender,
and we have a flag on Rochester on the far side.
Oh, wow.
What'd they call?
It's a 5-yard variety. Illegal formation.
Did we even line up?
That had to be on the previous play.
Okay, but
Prater was
that a legal formation? That was a legal procedure call. Oh. Huh,
I don't know.
So the pass wouldn't have counted.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Bryce Abbott got away with moving in the backfield. No call, and he takes a carry off the right side. Nothing there. It'll be second, about 15.
Well, gladly we didn't catch that ball then, because that would have been even more wind ripped out of our sails. But it's just unfortunate that this is, coming to a head like this with the turnovers and the mistakes.
Yeah.
But we know, we said pregame what could happen if they put a game together. They could pull a W. And
second and 14, out of the shotgun now is Perez. Takes a snap. He'll run the option going right with Jackson. Brady Perez shakes a tackler into Eastbrook territory, down to around the 40-yard line. How about that run by the senior quarterback?
Picking up the first down.
Yeah, if you're gonna go hit him in the shoulder pad, 6'4", 220, 6'4", 230, you're not gonna win many times. Pound for pound, the best athlete probably on the team.
Brady Perez, the leading rusher tonight, 10 carries for 89 yards.
He ran over a couple of white jerseys to pick up 17. First and 10 for the Zebras at the 39 of Eastbrook. Perez hands off to
Jackson?
Nope, Lease. And Matt Lease bounces off a tackler and gets ahead to the 38, give him a yard. It'll be second and 9. Clock runs, 4:15 to play in the third quarter. Eastbrook leading 41-12 here at Rochester High School. Brown has some scores here coming up after this next play. Rochester still in the huddle. They'll break the huddle with 15 on the play clock. Prater will go wide right. 2 tight ends for the Zebras. Dalton right, Allen left. I-backs for Brady. Perez back to pass, rolls right. Here comes some pressure. Off his back foot, he throws it to Abbott, who got spun around by the defender. The pass is incomplete and no call on pass interference.
Yeah, you can typically put your one arm on the defender, but when you flip them around, looking like Dancing with the Stars, typically the flag's thrown at that point and they call pass interference, but the men in the striped shirts swallowed their handkerchiefs that time.
It's like a magic trick to swallow a handkerchief.
Yeah, well.
So you bring it back up with all the multiple ones, all the different colors.
What has the broadcast gone to? 3rd and 9. I-backs for Perez. Here comes a pressure. Oh, Perez is going to be caught. Throws before he gets tackled. But we're going to have an incomplete pass. A pass intended for Hayden Prater. I thought Hayden had an opportunity to grab that
his hands
right before he went out of bounds, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 9. Brady,
that was a magic trick, getting rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Was that a run or was that a pass?
No, I think it was an intended pass, but the pressure got to him, and he had to roll out away from it. I think if it was an intended run, we'd have never saw the ball leave his hip.
That's true.
They were hanging from him. He was dragging him, and he still got the ball out. Pretty amazing.
4th and 9, out of the shotgun is Perez. Isaiah Jackson to his right. On the option, flips it out to Jackson. Jackson up the Eastbrook sideline and slips down at the Eastbrook 35, and Rochester going to turn it over on downs. Actually, the 34. 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Eastbrook takes over leading 41-12 here at Rochester High School. Again, the winner of this game will get either Rensselaer or Cass next week.
Yep, they're still tied at 0 right now. Mechanic-Wall still leads Tippecanoe Valley 9-0.
Bragg under center. Kiesling gets the carry coming off the near side. Kiesling bounces off the pile, comes to the near side. Now up the Rochester sideline, is grabbed by the shoestring by Riston, then finished off by Prater, but not till he gets to the Rochester 43. Nothing fancy.
No, just following your blockers, and
I think my guys can beat your guys.
yeah, then I said it earlier, for us, when you line up across from them, you got to tell you, I'm going to beat my guy, and they look at us every time and say, good luck, but we're going to beat you to the spot. We're going to have more power and speed than you, and we're going to keep scoring points.
23, Brad.
Yeah.
Bragg under center now. Gives to Kiesling again, right up the middle. Kiesling bounces off out of the tackles, going down the Eastbrook sideline, and Prater slays a touchdown as he rides Kiesling to the ground to the 15-yard line.
It's just not a good sign when your safety has to tackle every time. I mean, that means the third level, they've gotten to the third level, and it's just...
Now Kiesling with over 50 yards in his last 2 carries.
Where is he total?
152.
Yeah, that's a fair night.
Yep.
I mean, looking at him size-wise, he's not big. I mean, huge like you would think like the Knox guy was.
Right,
you know, and he's got breakaway speed, but, man, he is a bull.
Execution, that's what it is. Late in the football game, execution.
Kirby, right up the middle. Another big hole for the running back. And Kirby carries the ball to the Rochester 6. And that's going to be enough for another Eastbrook first down. Nope, give him 9, Brad. I beg your pardon. Give him 9. Gets to the 6. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Eastbrook.
Eastbrook now over 400 yards of rushing offense.
And 14 yards of passing.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what Ken Hughes told me in the pregame. We hope they pass because we stop the run, but that's basically all they do. Down to 5 on the play clock. Singer off the left side from the 6-yard line. Backs his way inside the 5. He's got enough for a first down and gets it to about the 1. First and goal for Eastbrook at the Rochester 1 with 2:05 to play in the third quarter, already up 41-12. First and goal for Eastbrook at the 1. Eastbrook taking as much time off the clock here as they can. Not even on the football yet. They're down to 15 on the play clock, 1:45 on the game clock. Now they approach the line of scrimmage. Bragg up under center with 7 on the play clock. Kiesling comes in motion. Kirby off the right side. No signal yet, and I believe he's going to be stopped short. Good job by the defense up front. Prater, Walker, Zane Gilbreth. Graham also there. Second and goal from the 1. 1:27 to play in the third. Eastbrook leading 41-12.
Kirby looking for his 4th touchdown tonight.
Yeah. You know, we had a fullback last week go for 4, didn't we?
Yeah.
10 on the play clock. Now Eastbrook ready. Kirby again off the right side.
And he's
tripped up and falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastbrook.
Kirby from 1 yard out gets his 4th score of the evening for Eastbrook.
It's amazing, though, for a high school team to be able to not huddle, stand around, look at the play clock down to 10, break, go line up and execute a play. They're just so well coached. I can't keep saying that enough, but they're so well coached, and they just get each other really good.
Extra point on the way, and it is good. 48-12, you're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
.59 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Eastbrook Panthers are now up 48-12.
6 plays, 66 yards, and Kirby gets his 4th touchdown of the evening on a 1 yard run for Eastbrook.
Prater, Riston, and it looks like B.J. Barnes back deep for the Rochester Zebras, or is that Tarrant? Yeah, Gary and Tarrant back deep. Gary and Tarrant's going to get the carry and then hands off to make that to Prater. Prater at the 20. He's bouncing off a tackler, now coming to the near side. He's got some blockers. Great block by Tarrant. Cuts it inside to the 30. At the Rochester 35 and is brought down at around the 37-yard line. That block by Gary and Tarrant sprung Prater for about 20 more yards.
Another good return by Prater. That's the third one tonight for him.
When he was stopped on that far sideline, he bounced it out of the pack and came to the near sideline and picked up a great block.
It's a great football play by Gary and Tarrant. It's a flag on Sunday. I'm glad it's not Sunday and it's Friday night, but that's a fantastic football play to come back and spring Prater for 20 more yards.
44 seconds to play in the third. Brady Perez has split backs. He has Justin Riston wide to the near side. Hayden Prater split right. Abbott goes in motion to the right side. Brady Perez back to pass off his back foot. Intended for Wilson Dalton, and a touchdown-saving breakup by Eastbrook, as Eastbrook was in the belly of Abbott, or make that Brady Perez, and he just did get it off before he got sacked.
It's amazing he got the pass off.
Kirby on the middle linebacker blitz was right in Perez's face. Perez had to basically jump over him, jump up to throw over top of him.
He puts just a little bit more air on that. Wilson Dalton is going to the end zone.
You're right.
2nd and 10. From the Rochester 42. Abbott has the carrier up the middle. Bryce Abbott a couple of yards, not a lot there. He goes maybe to the 43. Give him a yard, it'll be 3rd and 1. 30 seconds to play in the third quarter.
17-6 over Valley early in the fourth quarter.
Mechanical leads 17-6 over the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. Thank you, Val. Cass scores. They're up 6-0 on Rensselaer. Eastbrook will have the winner of the Cass-Eastbrook game next week.
It is kind of ironic, going back to that pass play. Clay Dalton, the defender for Eastbrook, did exactly what we've asked the Zebras to do all year, and that's just swat the ball down.
Right.
Don't try to catch it, just knock it down. And
third quarter has come to an end here at Rochester High School. Eastbrook leading 48-12. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
Yeah, South Newton ran the clock.
did they?
Back at Rochester High School, we start the fourth quarter. Rochester looking at 3rd down and 9 from their 38-yard line. Perez back to pass. Here comes some pressure.
Oh, he dropped the ball.
Gets it stripped. And Eastbrook still batting it around. The ball's still loose. No signal yet to who picked it up, and Eastbrook has it on Rochester's 4th fumble of the evening.
Clay Dalton, 5th turnover for Rochester, their 4th fumble.
The guy that just knocked the pass down a couple times before rushed the passer there, knocked the ball out of his hand, chased it down, and recovered it.
Brady Perez lifting his arm to throw it. He had the ball by his helmet, and like you say, Dalton came in with a big mid and knocked it out, and then, like you say, ran it down and recovered the fumble.
Perez has 0 time to throw the ball. It's hiking there in his face.
Yeah. From the 28, Eastbrook has the ball. A new fullback in the game. We'll get his name. I think it matters.
Is it number 9? Wyatt Stevenson?
Stevenson, yep.
That print is maybe 4 font.
He is a junior as well. Yeah.
That's why I didn't even bother picking up the program.
When you've got 72 players, though, you've got to get size 4 font to fit them all on the page.
So Stevenson picks up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 with 11:25 to play in the game. We're going to talk about some seniors here in a little bit. We'll get those names on the air. Bragg ready. Down to 7 on the play clock. Kiesling goes in motion. Stevenson again off the right side, grabbed by Zach Graham. Not a lot there, a couple of maybe. It'll be 3rd down and about 3.
And talking about the seniors, the one thing that obviously that I hope they take with them as a lifelong lesson is 2 years ago, they're 0-10, terrible year. They didn't quit. They didn't give up on football. They battled through. It's not going to end the way they wanted it to end, but it's a lifelong lesson. That just because it's bad, it's not. You don't quit. You keep pursuing your goal, and good things happen. And they got to taste it last year, and they got to really taste it this year. And they've got a lot to be proud of in that.
Bankert off the right side, and Banker's going to be cut down shy of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down at about a yard and a half. But deep into Rochester territory, that ball is going to be spotted at around the 17-yard line, maybe even the 16.
And it's unfortunate you run into a squad like Eastbrook, which is making wholesale changes at this point. But, this is what a program looks like from top to bottom when you have all 4 classes, they're going to try field goal.
Yep.
Why not? This kid's got a boomer.
Schultz, a 34-yarder attempt from the right hash. Oh, bad snap right through the runner's hands, and Eastbrook falls on it. And Rochester going to take over on downs after I'm going to say botched snap. It was a pretty good snap that went right through the quarterback Hale's hands. And so Rochester tackles Hale as he jumps on the football at the Zebra 33-yard line.
The one thing maybe they've done wrong tonight, and down the road they might need to kick a game-winning
Boy,
field
they
goal.
haven't had much, have they? They've had maybe a holding penalty.
Yeah.
They've had an offsides.
They had the one
kickoff,
the one interception,
and then that botched extra point or a field goal. Brady on 1st and 10 from his 33, hands off to Lease.
Still on his feet.
Yep, Matt Lease across the 40 to the Rochester 43-yard line. A nice hard run by Matt Lease, the senior. It's going to be close to a Zebra 1st down with 9.5 minutes to play in the game. Again, Eastbrook leading 48-12. The Fulton Roadstar Driving School postgame show coming up after this one. Actually, give him 10, Bradley. It'll be enough for a 1st down. They move the sticks.
Speaking of our post-game sponsors, I stopped down and checked on that new baby they got.
You scared, did you?
No, I didn't scare him. No.
Jackson.
Stood up.
Jackson hit by Hale, I believe.
Kirby was there. Yeah, Hale and Kirby.
He's going to lose a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Woo, baby, that was a hit.
Yeah, that was a big hit. But Grayson's doing well. The family's doing well. We appreciate their sponsorship this year on our post-game show. And
wish Joel best of luck this year in his high school basketball season, which starts on Monday. 2nd and 12. Jackson in motion to the left. Gives the end around to Prater, and Prater's going backwards.
Swallowed.
Hale, Dalton, back to the 40. It'll be 3rd and 13. 8:45 to play in the game. Last report, Lewis Cass led Rensselaer 6-0. That's still the same thing, Val?
Yep.
I'm very impressed with Eastbrook's demeanor. I mean, they're very businesslike.
Yeah, been here, done that.
Pat each other on the helmet, get up, and go to the next play.
3rd and 13. Out of the shotgun is Perez. Brady back to pass. Here comes a screen. And throws it over the head of Hayden Prater. Will bring up 4th and 13.
Probably been better even to stick that one in the ground. As soon as the offensive line didn't block and they let them go, they snuffed that as a whole. There wasn't one guy in Perez's face.
All went that direction.
They flooded the screen, and just, again, the recognition, the understanding of what to be ready for. It's amazing to watch a unit like that as a whole work together.
Triton leads Winamac 27-10, and now Cass has lengthened their lead. Brady Perez off the side of his foot and out of bounds. And that's going to go out of bounds at the Rochester 45.
A 2-yard punt.
5-yard punt.
5-yard punt? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at the net. Well, yeah. I got to look at the right down marker over there. But, yeah, a 5-yard punt.
So I'm guessing I see a lot of white jerseys, a lot of whiter jerseys.
Yeah, a lot of whiter jerseys,
so
lot smaller,
no dirt on them.
A lot smaller personnel.
Well, yeah, I imagine this is their JV squad, or even even younger. Yeah, this could be their C team. But I'd like to take time to mention the seniors that have really helped the Zebra program. Obviously, their quarterback Brady Perez, Justin Riston, Tyler Walker, Zane Gilbreth, Zach Graham, Wilson Dalton, Chandler Lamb, Jerry Plummer, and Matt Lease. Not only are they seniors, you're talking about senior contributors in the most important positions. Zebras are going to obviously have to find a way to fill it, fill the shoes of these guys, but it's going to be, it'll get done, but it's going to be hard to expect to just have plug guys in that can, take over these positions. And
most of those guys went both directions.
Both directions, offensive line, defensive line, just all the way around. But again, they have a lot to be proud of. They stuck it out, and in 2 years to go from 0-10 to we finish 8-3.
Yeah, there could have been a lot to jump ship, couldn't there? Wilson Dalton and Zane Gilbert, a big tackle there for Rochester. Yeah, that's exactly right. And a lot of good kids, good quality kids coming back. Nick Allen and Hayden Prater and Isaiah Jackson and Bryce Abbott and Dylan Weaver and.
Yeah, there's a good junior class. There's good underclassmen coming in.
Gary and Terrence coming back.
As far as the seniors go, though, just knowing what I know, I mean, if they do the same thing, but, Mr. Perez on the basketball court, so he's still got that coming up, and baseball. Tyler Walker, I don't know if he's going to play basketball, but fantastic. I remember last year he peaked at the end. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was a load in the middle.
Yeah. Zane Gilbreth, you're talking about an all-conference, possible all-state wrestler. Zach Graham played basketball last year. I'm pretty sure he played basketball last year. Wilson Dalton.
Matt Lease is a fair wrestler.
Yeah. An all-conference, possible all-state wrestler. Didn't Wilson wrestle last year?
Yep, first time.
Chandler Lamb, I know he played basketball a few years ago. Last year, I think he moved away last year and missed last year. I think he was living in, I think I saw the paper, Val wrote an article, he was living like Southern Illinois.
Okay.
And Jerry Plummer, don't know if he's playing basketball, but.
Run into the kicker.
I'm pretty.
And the official turned the other way and didn't call it.
There it is.
Yeah, there he did.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
They'll decline it.
They called it late. I think Eastbrook will decline that.
Take the ball in the 7, call it a day.
We'll see. It was running into the kicker, a 5-yard variety, and it will be. It might back Rochester up because it looks like the defense is coming on for Eastbrook.
Do they get to add the 5-yard to the end of the kick?
I don't know that.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anybody decline it either. And it went out of. What do we? So, they declined it, yeah. The official picked up the ball and was walking back towards midfield and then saw that the penalty was declined. So Rochester will take over at their own 8-yard line, going to our right. 5:53 to play in the game, 48-12, Eastbrook leading.
Yeah, Mr. Plummer does play basketball.
Yep.
Jerry Plummer, that is. But, all these kids will go on, play their other sports, but they're leaving an imprint for the younger guys, middle school, freshmen, sophomores, and just showing how to lead, how not to give up. And again, I can't speak to how huge that is.
Brady Perez from the 8. Hands off to Matt Lease right up the middle. Matt Lease pops it to the Rochester sideline, and he's at the sideline and finally ridden out of bounds at around the 35. Nice run by Matt Lease, and he gets up a gimpy. He's fighting to get back to the huddle because he now knows that his time's coming to an end in the huddle.
Yep. 27 yards for Matt Lease.
1st and 10 for Rochester at the 35. Brady Perez under center of split backs. Hands off to Lease again at the middle. Matt Lease sidesteps a tackle at the 40, at the 45. Matt Lease in midfield. And is finally tackled there. Another big gain for Matt Lease of about 15 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for Rochester at midfield. Actually giving the 49 of Rochester. 5:35 to play in the game. And it'll be interesting to see how much longer Coach Kelly goes here before he starts pulling those kids to get them some recognition. Perez on 1st and 10, pitches out to Lease coming to the near side. Matt Lease, a lot of blockers. Matt Lease at the 40, spin move, takes it inside the Eastbrook 40, down to around the 37-yard line. Another nice run by Matt Lease. I don't know, Brad, if he's been in the end zone yet this year. I know they tried like crazy last week against Taylor to get him in, and he couldn't.
Well, if not, let's just keep feeding him, because if it's not broke, don't fix it. And right now he's ripping off 10, 12, 15-yard runs like
5 minutes to play.
Oh,
you did? Okay. Scored the first one of the year. Boy, it seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
That's been 11 weeks ago.
Riston around the right end. Riston.
Down to the 32.
Across the 35 to the 33, yep.
that was Mr. Butler on the statistic there. Very impressive. Never doubt Mr. Butler. He can do a lot more than put out fires. He is a statistic man. I like it.
2nd down and 5 for the Zebras. 4:20 to play in the game. Perez will split backs, hands off to Lease. Matt Lease at the 30, at the 25, at the 20, and hauled down at around the 18-yard line. Nice hard run again for senior Matt Lease.
Well, if he did score the first touchdown of the year, as Mr. Butler said, this might be the last touchdown of the year, so it'd be a pretty fitting statement. Gotcha, and we found out Mr. Riston is a fantastic wrestler as well. Doesn't surprise me. Coach Guard has a fantastic program, and I know Hayden Prater's a junior is a fantastic wrestler. The wrestling program is going to be a fun one to watch this winter.
Lease again down to the 11, giving 5 more, 3:50 to play in the game. Again, the Fulton Roadstar Driving School post-game show coming up next here on WROI.
Thank you, Terry Wooten, for spotting that out for us and letting me work in that Mr. Rislin's a wrestler. I try to keep up with all of them. It's just impossible.
Split backs for Brady Perez. Actually going to go straight to backfield with 2 tight ends. Down to 10 on the play clock. Brady takes a snap to Riston, Justin Riston, who's been a receiver about all year. Now getting some carries here for Rochester as he takes it down to the 6. Matt Lease gets up slow, but he gets up. 3:15 to play in the game. Clock rolls, 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. 3:09 to play in the game. Again, Eastbrook up 48-12.
And Matt is hurting. There's no doubt. You can see it, but I'll tell you what, it's going to take a lot to get him off the field. In fact, he won't come off the field.
Perez ready. Sets his club. Takes the Graham snap to Lease off the right side. Matt Lease looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Zebras. Matt Lease in from 6 yards, and he's slow to get up.
Save that ball, young man. Take that one home.
So Matt Lease gets the 6-yard touchdown run for the Zebras. He and Brady Perez congratulate each other.
Makes it 48-18, and Rochester will go for 2. Kyle McLaughlin, Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Brady Perez in the shotgun. Jackson in motion on the jet sweep. Gets a fake. Brady tucks, runs, looking for the pylon, and he gets in. 48-20, you're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI, RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
2:46 to play in the game. Matt Lease gets in the end zone.
8 plays, 93 yards. Matt Lease takes it 6 yards for the score. And Lease 94 yards on 9 carries and a touchdown. Makes him the leading rusher tonight for the Zebras.
Wade Schaefer will kick off for the Rochester Zebras. Onside. Onside.
Oh, why not? Yeah.
Looks like they're kind of overloading this side of the ball. Schaefer ready. It's a little pooch, and it's taken by Eastbrook, and they'll recover the onside kick. So Eastbrook will take over with 2:44 to play in the game, leading 48-20 here at Rochester High School. Triton now leads 34-10 over the Winamac Warriors. That's it. What was that, Brad? Mechanical looks like they'll be moving on to the sectional championship game as they lead Valley now 24-6.
Pioneer wins tonight by a score of 74-0.
Wow. Bring on LCC. Sectional championship next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Mac, you've done a really good job this year. I appreciate your help, and I know Brad and I we've done a lot of this, and sometimes having a third guy really helps what we're doing, so we appreciate your help. You did a fantastic job.
Hey, thanks for inviting me out of the house on Friday nights.
Actually, Megan sent me a text and said exactly that same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no doubt about it. But, yeah, thanks for the invite. I've appreciated it. I've appreciated working with you guys, learning, getting to watch from a different perspective, and loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Brad, another good season. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, it's always a pleasure.
We'll be back together Saturday. Next Saturday.
Yes.
Don't even get a break. Don't even get a week break from each other. Rochester Lady Zebras will host West Central next Saturday afternoon, and you can hear that game here on WROI. Rochester blows up the play from the line of scrimmage. Dylan Weaver, and they're the first man to hit the running back.
Rochester still has a lot of their starters on the field, and Eastbrook has moved on to their second, maybe third string.
You know what's scary? I'll tell you what's scary. Hale is a really good quarterback, and we barely saw him tonight. He played one way, and that was defensively, and they took out the junior Bragg to take care of it.
And seeing Weaver in there at defense, so this is what you're going to see next year.
Yep.
The big boy over the ball.
Zach Graham just come out.
Yep, Zach Graham out. And
Chandler Lamb just came out.
Chandler seniors come out.
Minute 15 to play in the game in the year. Third and about 13. And Eastbrook is stopped after about a 4-yard gain. It'll be 4th down. And Ethan Dewald will not come on yet. Austin Pomp in the tackle of the Zebras. The seniors still on the field. Walker, Dalton, Lease, Riston. Now Dewald. And Walker comes out. Down to 35 seconds.
Well.
And now Yarber comes in, and Wilson Dalton will come off.
Yeah.
And both them boys, Walker and Dalton, but Motors, good young men, good role models for the program, kids to look up to. All the seniors are, but.
So Eastbrook takes the timeout. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Well, 4th down. Here's a play for Eastbrook. And Rochester going to get it on downs with 19 seconds to play in the game. So Eastbrook's going to move on to the sectional championship. And at this point, they might play Cass. Cass up on Rensselaer 14-0.
14-7, I think I heard.
14-7 now?
I think I heard Val say that Rensselaer scored.
Well, regardless of who Eastbrook plays, it's going to be a dogfight. But I mean, both them squads, very good football teams.
And I just want to take 1 second to, wish Coach Hooker all the best. both he and his wife Tammy and all of their family will definitely be thinking about him, keeping them in our prayers.
Absolutely.
Hoping for the best.
Hoping for the best. That's exactly right. So Brady Perez one last time under center. And he'll run himself. Perez at the 40. Stiff arm at the 35 or at the 37 or out of bounds with 13 seconds.
And Brad, you know, make sure you take a couple games off this year. Keep me in that basketball loop. You need to take vacations and, you know, take your wife out to dinner on the weekend every now and then. You know.
Yeah, there'll be a few. There'll be a few you'll be able to do.
Oh, I know. That's good.
1st and 10 for the Zebras. At the Eastbrook 37, 13 seconds. Perez again. Pitches out to Lease. Lease going left, looking for the edge. Turns it back upfield. His hit hard. Bounces off the pile. Now comes to the near side. Lease at the 25. With 3 on the clock, with 2, with 1. The clock stops with 1.1, and Matt Lease slow to get up again.
And he's got his helmet off, so he's coming off the field now.
I think he got hit right in the mouth. I think that...
that kid's a bulldog, man.
Yeah, he's a fighter, isn't he? So 1.1. Rochester will use a... Nope, they'll wind the clock, and that'll do it. The final, Eastbrook defeats Rochester tonight, 48-20. Post-game show brought to you by Fulton Roadstar Driving School. Coming up next, 92.1 WROI. Oh, I think that I'm not even.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Jeff. We'll see you Sunday.
See ya.
More
Thanks.
you come spring.
So you busy next Saturday, Mac?
When?
Next Saturday? You
Coming
want
up?
to do that opener?